I'm Linda, owner of Linda's Kitchen Bakery, located in Talmadge, Ohio. Today, I'm going to demonstrate how we make our Kifli cookies. It's a family recipe. It's called by different names depending on the ethnicity where it comes from. We make three kinds in the shop: raspberry, walnut, which we make from scratch ourselves, and apricot. Today, I'm just going to show you our raspberry Kifli. I've already sheeted my dough. Because we do so many, we no longer hand roll out, but we use a dough sheeter. I do it very, very thin, and if you're doing this kind of dough at home, you'll want to flip that a few times just to get the stretchiness out of the cookies so they don't get too fat once you've baked them. We also use a 6-wheel cutter. It helps us to keep uniformity in the size of our cookies. So what I do is I take the 6-wheel cutter after we've rolled all this out. I like to take it away, bring it to me. I feel like I have more control of the cutter. Then I turn my dough, and we do it again in the other direction. So then, I'll just hold this up so you can see it better. We have perfect squares to put our filling in. If it's not a perfect square, pick up those little pieces parts. We're gonna turn it back into the rest of our Kifli dough. So each time we get a little wad, we just turn the scrap back into it. So it's very important that you don't heavily flour your surfaces, otherwise your dough will get too dry to work with it, and then you'll just end up throwing it out. So I put our filling, the apricot and the raspberry, into one of our disposable bags. We just squirt some onto each little square. Notice that I'm not putting it here, and I'll show you why in a minute. This has a little bit cut off there, so we're going to take that to the inside. Our raspberry filling, it's seedless. Nobody wants to get a seed caught in their tooth when they're enjoying some good pastry. But then I cook it down some more. I cook it about 8 to 10 minutes, get it hot. That steam rises and it takes some of the water to make it a little bit thicker so the filling isn't running all over our cookie trays. Okay, now that I've filled the cookies, we're gonna wrap them up and put them on our tray. So what I do is I like to take it away from the rest of the cookies so I'm not hitting the filling. The reason I don't put any real close is so that my hands aren't hitting that filling. Just makes a little neater as you're doing it. Very gently roll it up. Some people do it very open. That's fine too. My mother did them this way, rolled them up, and this is the way we do ours. If you like this video, give us a like, and remember to subscribe. Fold it over, roll it up. Do not pinch tight. Some of them like to pinch super tight. You don't. You just want to leave it nice, just a very nice uniform amount of pressure that you're putting on the cookie. When I put it on the cookie tray, do not put anything that you rolled up with the point side out like this. Lock that point underneath by putting it underneath on the cookie tray. Otherwise, when the heat hits that cookie, if the point is on top, it's going to spring straight up. Not that you can't eat the cookie, but it definitely isn't as pretty. These cookies are very pretty, arranged on trays. They freeze very well. This is the kind of cookie, if you want to make it well before the holidays and freeze it, it will freeze very well for you. Okay. That's our raspberry cookies ready to go into the oven. And I'm going to show you these that I previously baked. If you make them and freeze them, I wouldn't powdered sugar them ahead of time. It's just going to melt off. But when you go to do your trays, let it thaw for about 15-20 minutes, and then just put some powdered sugar on there. It just sweetens up the dough. And there's your tip for the day. Give us a like, and remember to subscribe.